The war in Ukraine has entered yet another critical phase. Recently, Russian President Vladimir Putin made a striking comment about 700,000 Russian troops being involved in the conflict. This announcement has immediately drawn the attention of Kyiv and NATO, raising fresh concerns about the scale and intensity of Russia's military operations. The statement is not just about numbers, it carries political, psychological, and strategic weight, reshaping the perception of the war. When Putin publicly declared that Russia has 700,000 troops positioned for the conflict, it was more than a military statistic. It was a message directed at Ukraine and its Western allies. The size of such a force highlights the extent of Moscow's mobilization efforts and signals to the world that Russia is prepared for a long-term struggle. For Ukraine, this announcement is deeply unsettling, as it underscores the challenges of facing a far larger and more resourceful adversary. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has repeatedly called for stronger Western support, from weapons and ammunition to financial and humanitarian aid. Putin's statement on troop numbers intensifies the urgency of Zelensky's appeals. If Russia truly maintains such a massive force, Ukraine's defensive strategies may face overwhelming pressure. For Zelensky, this is not only a battlefield challenge but also a test of maintaining morale among his soldiers and civilians. NATO leaders were quick to take notice of Putin's words. For the alliance, the announcement raises two key concerns. The first is the security of NATO's eastern flank, especially countries like Poland, Romania, and the Baltic states. The second is the possibility that Russia might expand its operations beyond Ukraine if it can sustain such manpower. NATO's immediate response will likely be to strengthen its presence in Eastern Europe and to speed up the delivery of military aid to Ukraine. However, the size of the force Putin described leaves Western capitals questioning how much more pressure Ukraine can realistically withstand without deeper international involvement. Beyond the numbers, Putin's statement is also a form of psychological warfare. Announcing 700,000 troops sends a message of confidence and intimidation. It signals to Ukraine that Russia will not back down and to NATO that any attempt to weaken Moscow will be met with massive resilience. Such messaging is crucial in a war that has increasingly become a battle of willpower and perception as much as of weapons and strategies. Analysts remain divided on whether Russia truly has 700,000 combat-ready soldiers dedicated exclusively to Ukraine. Some argue that the figure may include troops spread across Russia's wider defense network, reservists, or personnel in supporting roles. Regardless of the exact number, the declaration itself